Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, there's a brand new Sony technology over here that's actually sounding pretty cool. Now, as you guys probably know, we sometimes have a chance to do a deep dive into like cool patents. We have a chance to go see potential upcoming technology and software and updates and all this kind of cool stuff that can add to a game. And as we go and look through this, when it comes to Sony, we're now actually seeing a really cool thing that basically allows you to recreate and make mini games on really cool feats and cool things you basically do in a game, and as well let your friends go and play it. Now, it's probably not the best way to explain what's going on because, well, it's kind of a weird technology to go and say, but basically I'll try my best to explain on how cool this could potentially be when it comes to a brand new PlayStation technology. So you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, and of course, give me your thoughts and comments down below. We do have the Twitter and Twitch as well if you guys would like to go and follow down below, and let's dive into the video. So let me try to go and explain on what on earth this is, because it is kind of somewhat convoluted. Let's go and say you're playing a game, and actually some games out there have actually kind of done features like this, so maybe I'll try to go and impose that. So MLB The Show has actually put in some really cool game formats where like you're basically reliving really like those cool like bottom of the ninth, it's like the game is on the line, or really cool like you're basically down 1 point and it's your goal to clutch, your goal to win the game, and having a chance to relive these really cool moments. If you guys ever played game modes like that, you guys understand, or sometimes it's like those really cool formulas or whatever it might be. Use that as a good example, where basically PlayStation has a brand new technology that can allow you to go make mini games out of your very own gameplay. Which basically is saying, like, let's say you have a really cool clutch. You're on playing Elden Ring, you're fighting the very last final boss, brand new DLC, you're in the middle of a boss, you do something insanely cool. Let's go say you do like a no-hit run, or basically you go and you clutch on like basically you have no more flasks left, you go in 1/4 of the HP, and you go and just one-shot it from that point onwards. And you can actually make these really cool situations and scenarios, and sometimes you wish your friends could go and see it. To the point of like you go sit there. Some people will stream, make YouTube videos or clips so they can go and show these cool moments. But sometimes you want to go and actually have people relive it or try to do the same exact thing. Or even as well, what if you're a brother and sister or your best friends or whatever, and you guys want to go compete against each other. And you guys want to go and like, sit there and be like, beat this. I did this, make this happen. It's hard to explain, but let me try to go into the actual video vibe itself. Imagine this, you're deep in the middle of an intense gaming session. You pull off a legendary clutch or beat a boss fight. Pause the game and not only capture the moment, but then turn it into a mini game that your friends can play and try to replicate with what you did. That's basically what Sony's brand new patent is now basically out. Saying the patent describes a system that lets you tag specific moments during your gameplay. So when you pause the game, you can store the exact same frame and then tag it with all different sorts of metadata, like where you were in the game and what you were doing. So once again, I've been trying to explain this a little bit more to kind of make it sound kind of cool, but let me try to maybe give a cool example for this one. We have just found some random gameplay over here from Dark Souls. But let's go and say you're playing a game like, say, Dark Souls or Elden Ring or Bloodborne. And you have, once again, this is like just have like a 1 HP clutch. So imagine you do an entire boss fight over here for a Dark Souls game, and you just do not get hit the entire time. Start to finish, or you solve a puzzle, jump puzzle, whatever it might be. You basically did something cool, and you want to see if you can make your friends also do the same exact thing. So for this example, this guy went through the entire boss fight, never got hit using magic, and then we have like a challenge. Basically have a challenge mode of you're plopped in the same situation, exact same scenario as like your friend did, or maybe someone's just a popular creator. Maybe even think like Super Mario Maker is another good example. I'm trying to find any good example because this is a little bit on the weirder and nicher side. And it's like, hey, just redo this. Try to figure it out. I did it somehow through the game's coding or situations. You most likely can as well. And I think this is cool because it kind of lets people go and like, well, number one, allow them to share the cool experience they had, but as well also lets people, I don't know, even experience it and see it. Because you could put things on TikTok or YouTube Shorts or videos or highlights or just show your friend whatever it might be on screenshots from your console. But I do think the idea and almost like the funness, the girthiness of it, we could talk to your buddy and be like, hey, do this, I bet you can. And it adds like more like seamless fun gameplay for maybe games that may not have that competitive edge. I mean, some people do things like speedrunning, but once again, imagine you do like basically a Elden Ring boss and you have 2 flasks and you go and basically, Like, we're kind of roaming up, you're in a brand new area, you randomly meander into a dragon, and you're meant to go kill a dragon with one flask using really weird armor, and you can basically go and self-impose that from other people. Like, I'm sure you guys are getting the examples I'm trying to say, because I'm just trying to, like, establish that, but it's cool. Like, I think it's actually kind of adds more extra merit towards game, or maybe some games with a lot of different types of options. Like Elden Ring would allow someone who's just really fun at making these crazy fun scenarios, maybe just a chance to go be like, oh, let's try this, or let's try this, or we're doing this with like a really like unusual weapon or unusual armor or unusual situation. And I think that's actually just really cool. I like the idea behind that a lot. So anyway, if you guys go look through the actual patent itself over here, saying generating a mini game of a video game from a gameplay recording. It was actually filed as of March 5th, but first went like public as of the 27th. And it's also over here from Sony and inventor from Perry David, Taylor Michael, Benito Warren, and Malison Dominic. Saying methods for tagging content in a video game title. So basically, as you're playing the game, you have a chance to copy paste it. Execute on a game cloud system. And social sharing methods. One method includes receiving a pause indication that the gameplay and suspending the gameplay to hold the video game title in a current frame image. Storing the game image, game state, and receiving the tag data that is associated with the location to the current frame image and to a user identifier for the current frame image. The method further includes generating a video recording of the gameplay, having the tag data, and generating a mini-game from a portion of the video game title. The mini-game, this is where, like I've been trying to explain throughout this entire video, includes a playable portion to enable view of a portion of the video recording for the mini-game and an executable portion to enable the play of game code for the mini-game that is a portion of the video game title. Very convoluted, but once again, you self-insert yourself out, you make a situation happen, and people are able to go copy-paste and put themselves on in it. So it says, then basically the system takes that tagged moment and then turns into a video recording embedded with all of your tags. So let's go and say challenge as like a hashtag challenge run. 1 HP is maybe how I showed you guys with the Dark Souls run. Maybe things like weird armor, maybe things like clutch, maybe things like 1v5 in a competitive game, whatever it might be. From that tagged recording, the system can then generate a mini-game, which people can kind of basically go and select and pick up. This isn't just any replay, it's an actual playable segment of the game, allowing others to dive into the same scene you basically just nailed and did. And I do think the MLB The Show is probably the best example, where they have those modes where it's like, you're down 10 points. You know, you got to go and score 11, like, got to get, like, 11 points somehow, like 11 runs in, like, a baseball game. Or it's on the bottom of the ninth, you have one person on first, 2 outs, and you got to go clutch it. And basically, people say they set up these situations, and you want to just relive them in the first place. I think it's sick. I think this is a cool idea. This could seriously shake things up for streamers, and obviously I'm a streamer and like a YouTuber, and content creators. So instead of just showing off their skills, they can create challenges for their followers, whether it's like for your friends or not. And I really think this is cool. Like, I, myself, personally think that I can see people utilizing this technology because it just makes games more fun, especially if these games don't have these inherent challenges. Like, once again, Elden Ring. Some people have made fun challenges or speedrun, but, like, imagine you have to do, like, you have to go beat Malenia with a, like, really weird tool-handed weapons that no one ever uses. You know, it's kind of like you could do it on your own, but it's kind of fun if like, there's like a challenge reward, a YouTuber or streamers, like letting people see their gameplay attempts. It'd be really cool technology if we could also see whatever other people try to do. Through like failed attempts, they can maybe upload and stuff like that. Saying viewers can then watch the streamer's gameplay and then jump into that same exact scene and then trying to go beat the challenge, maybe beat their time, maybe try to do it more efficiently. Like, there's just a lot of cool merits to this. And it's also not just for showing off. Game developers could use this tech to create demos then too as well. So instead of a boring old trailer, imagine getting a mini game that lets you play the most exciting parts of a new title. So that'd be kind of a fun example for like God of War. Put a random maybe first boss, anyone can try it out and see, in like a hectic situation, or maybe even the same thing just for normal games in the future. Esports teams also might find this tech handy too as well, because they can use mini games to test new players, setting up specific scenarios, is how they handle pressure, and like 1v1s, 1v2s, 1v3s, or 1v4s, or whatever, and also just improve like training, and everything is cool. And even in education, this could be a game changer. Teachers using video games for learning could create mini games that focus on particular lessons or skills. Students could get to engage with material in a fun, interactive way. And lastly, we could have community-generated interactive game guides too, which is also dope as well. So basically, there's just a lot of integrations you can think of, and I'm just trying my best to think of some fun ones as like a content creator, Twitter person, or whatever. Like, I think it's kind of fun. And I think this is cool because these are just nifty technology. They also always have different types of AI patents and other various patents for like the PS3 backwards capability, which I'm sure you guys maybe saw on the channel. And at the end of the day, I think it's just good. Like, I like the idea that there's new things being made. I like the idea that we're seeing new features. And at the end of the day, like, I could see this being an actual proper thing that people would utilize and do. And I am in the mood for it. So give me your thoughts and comments on if you guys would like it, if you guys see potential, and everything down below. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room as well down below. And I appreciate y'all for watching in the first place.